This video demonstrates how to start a completely brand new database if you either don't have your data from last year or you're a brand new team. So assuming you first start up your team manager and you may have done your upgrades when it first started up like I showed in the other video. At this point, if you haven't started, you may have either a completely blank screen, or it may have come up with just the demo database. So the first step, if you're doing a completely blank database startup, is to start by restoring the backup copy of a sample database I've provided. So we'll do a restore, and we'll take this sample team that starts with SWTM8 backup. So the question is, do we want to rename it to your team, or do we want to, put it in a different place? So you may want to rename the database to whatever your team is. So, for example, if I were starting College Heights, I might do CH 2016. Hit OK. And I don't want to actually overcopy the one I already currently have open with the demo. So let's do that again. Let's do a restore. We'll do the same sample that we had before, except we want to either copy it to our current folder or copy it to a selected folder. We don't want to rename the current database. So that team database is fine. This time I'm going to rename it to CH 2016, but I'm actually selecting this third option where I'm zipping it. And that's not going to overwrite whatever was already open. And at this point now, it's successfully completed its restore, and I have a database called ch2016.mdb. However, I currently don't have any teams or athletes in here. So if you're an existing team, I already have the databases from last year for everybody that actually swam in a meet anytime last year. I've got all those athletes, so you don't have to re-enter all those names. So the best approach on that then is to do an import of the athlete data. So let's do a file. We're going to import, and we're going to import athlete rosters. So in this case, I've completed a roster for every team. In my case, I'm picking my team, CH, and I go through the usual process where I have to do OK, and then I have another file I've got to select once it's unzipping it. So in this case, we're just going to have it completely overwrite anything I have in the database. We hit OK, and it pulled in 126 athletes. So at this point, I have a database that looks exactly like my database from last year. So I have all these meets from last year, plus I have all the athletes that belong to College Heights. And in addition, I've got my team of College Heights entered in there now. So at this point, I could start as if I had the database from last year. So from here, we'll go on to a different video that'll cover the next steps to start working for this year based on last year's athletes.